BeastNet podcast, sponsored in part by James Safety Services, OCR Buddy, and supported by the fitness community. Here we discuss all things fitness related, running, rucking, mental health and preparedness, and of course, obstacle course racing. Welcome to the BeastNet.
Hey everybody, this is Lisa from BeastNet Podcast, and today we're talking to Aaron. He's with More Hearts Than Scars, and tell us a little bit. There we go. Yeah.
So about 2 years ago, I can't believe I'm gonna admit this. About 2 years ago, my girlfriend Sarah, amazing girl. So, well, hold on, I gotta tell you about this before I say that. She did her first race with More Heart Than Scars. It was the Zach Attack, and came out with us, and oh my gosh, it was a blister of that race course was phenomenal. It was a really good race course. Well, she was on fire. I mean, she was on fire. I don't push her to go to the gym. I don't push her to go on walks. You choose what you want to do. If you need help, I got you.
Yeah.
You know, I'll set workout plans for you. I'll teach you how at the gym how to use things.
Yeah.
Well, she did such an amazing job. She was doing obstacles, and I was like, that's cool. I like that. She gets to the gym a couple days after the race, jumping a speed rope, and one of those CrossFit ropes.
Oh.
Break your foot. So yes. So
Oh.
she did.
Oh.
I heard it pop, but I thought the rope hit her leg. So I went to turn her around and I said, that rope will get you. And then when I looked at her eye and she had a little tear coming down, I'm like, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's go get you checked out. Oh.
So where I was going with that is I have this thing now about 2 years ago with her that I wasn't going to hide how my day was. And she comes to my office. I was the finance director at a dealership in Gainesville. And she comes in, she sits down, and I take the phone, slam the phone on the desk, and I punch the phone. She was like, and she'd never seen me like that before. And I said, I'm not going to lie to you anymore. When I'm having a shitty day, I'm just going to tell you my day is shit. So even now when I reach out to my friends and they're like, man, I'm having a bad day, I'm like, well, tell me about it. I'm not afraid to listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is with my friend. Even with Jody, I do the same thing. She's like, oh, I'm okay. No, you're not. What's going on? But I think it's really freeing to somebody too, knowing that there's somebody who's not only checking in on you, but they want to know that you're doing okay. If you're having a crap day or a shit day, then tell me about it. You know, vent it out. I may not be able to help with anything, but I'm here for you and I can listen and, be that sounding board for you. And I think everybody needs that friend or that group of friends that can do that for you and to help you.
That's what so every team has like a team captain or a team president for, different chapters and things of that nature. That's what makes OCR so strong.
Yes.
You can reach out to somebody that's in your team that you've raced with, that you follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the different social media,
Yeah.
And you can literally text them. I'm in my car. I'm about to have a meltdown. I need to talk to somebody. And watch what happens. Watch how fast your phone rings.
Oh, yeah.
That's one that people don't realize about OCR is that when you get involved and you're in a group, I'm in like 5 different groups. I'm in a running group. I'm in Foro. I'm in Southern Spartans. I now follow Silver Spartans. More Heart Than Scars, Christian Spartans. I mean, I'm in a lot of different groups, but there's not one person in any of those groups that if they ever reached out, that I wouldn't call immediately. Again, OCR. Without OCR, without us smaller companies coming up out of the woodwork, to promote what OCR really stands for. A lot of people don't realize that OCR was made for people to get off the couch, for people to get out, for people to bond with people, for people to face challenges that they would never face before. So Savage used to have, they used to not really push individual racing. Savage was all about teams. Come with the team because there's obstacles you can't do by yourself.
Yeah.
And they, you know, we've adapted those obstacles and we can do them by ourselves. But when they really started pushing, it was team, 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 team.
Do you like the BeastNet? Do you want to keep hearing it? Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more at BeastNet Pod.
Hi. I'm back.
So they, you know, so they pushed teams.
Yeah.
You know, team, 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 team. It was about getting somebody from your work away from their computer. It was about getting that doctor that's just a pain in the butt that you don't like to come out and have fun with you. It's about the people from the fire department actually bonding because this shift doesn't clean this. I'm sick and tired of doing safety inspections and everything being out of this apparatus and it's in that apparatus. I'm so sick and tired of rescue thinking that they're better than the engineers that drive the apparatuses. You know, it's about being able to bond.
Yes.
And we have allowed these bigger companies, I'm not going to say their names, to push dollar signs.
Yes.
And, you know, they want teams to come because the more teams come, the more people come and the more they're going to make.
Yes.
But if a team right now was to blow my phone up and say, hey, I know you're doing a race in Florida. What can you do to help us? I don't want to say it out loud, but I got you. Because I know that one day somebody in that team that's coming is going to face an obstacle that they could not do without you.
Yes.
And again, OCR was about getting that person off the couch. It was about getting your kids in the mud and off the computer, off the tablet, off their game station. Now, I don't have a problem with game stations and tablets and things of that nature, but it's so much funner when you're out there and you take a mud pie and you throw it at your kid in the face.
May or may not have done that a few times.
You
may
know.
May or may not have threatened to shove her into mud pits a few times.
Yes. Yeah, I'll just throw you back in the dunk wall and walk away.
Pretty much. That, you know, you're so right on that. I had a friend tell me I should sign up for a Warrior Dash with her and another friend. And I did that out of a breakup, just trying to like figure myself out again. I randomly that January signed up for more fun runs. And one of those happened to have been a Spartan. I did not research what Spartan was before I did that. After I signed up and I started looking into it, I was like, what did I do? It scared the hell out of me. But
you obviously didn't read the death waiver you had to sign. There's your first sign.
Right? But I did it. And I was like, I don't know if I ever want to do this again. I hurt everywhere. But I was like, I actually really like this. I have a lot of fun. I did a bunch of races by myself to begin with, like the bubble foam run and that kind of thing. And then it just like snowballed from there for me. I met Pretty Mike. I met my best friend and I met Jody, and it changed my life. It utterly and completely changed my life. I went through a very abusive relationship the first 4 years of my racing. And when that fell apart, it was one phone call and my entire team, just like I started getting more and more phone calls, more messages. Are you okay? What can we do? How can we help you? How can we support you? And I've never felt so loved as I did from my team, just coming around and just enclosing me in protection and love. And it's the OCR community. That's what did it for me, is being involved in the OCR community. I've been off my butt for 6 years now. some setbacks, but even with the setbacks, I'm still pushing forward. I'm still trying to better myself. And whether it's mentally or physically, I'm bettering myself. And it's all through the root of it all is OCR and being
Yes.
OCR strong. And I don't think I've ever loved a sport as much as I do OCR. Like,
Does your business need first aid, AED, OSHA, flagging, or other safety training? James Safety Services is your one-stop shop. Find them on Facebook today at James Safety Services WA and ask for a quote on hosting your training needs.
So with that, it amazes me because when I became diabetic was another time in my life that I wanted to really give up because they didn't know what was wrong with me. They knew I was diabetic, but they couldn't fix me. It wasn't insulin shots. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. I've got a pancreas that would produce insulin and hold it in, and then would release it whenever it wants. Yeah. So I'm on the devices now that censor me and tell me,
yeah,
hey, it's way too high, or hey, you're about to crash, you're about to hit the ground. You better,
yeah.
fall down before you fall down. And 2015, I put a post out on Spartan 4.0. I'm like, I need help. I can't figure this out. This is what the doctors are saying. What the hell?
Yeah.
This girl that I never even seen on Spartan 4.0 before. Matter of fact, I did some research afterwards, kind of Facebook stalked her. She never posted on 4.0. She was a member of 4.0, but she never put any posts. She told me that I was what is called a half percenter, that I have a pancreas that will produce and it will release it only when it wants to, and that these doctors are doing what's called a classification. They're classifying you as a diabetic, and they're going to end up killing you. Well, they continued on with their treatments, and I reached back out to her and I said, okay, I got another doctor's appointment. My sugar's up. My sugar won't drop underneath 490 with, even when I'm taking shots right now, I don't get it. She said, well, take a shot, take a small one, put about, 10 milliliters of your Novolog and shoot yourself and see what happens. So I did. And it dropped down to 40. So, I started slamming orange juice again and sat there and I'm like, God, this don't make sense. So she goes, okay, well, that just proves to me that you're that 0.5%. Once the insulin started working in your body, your pancreas then realized, oh, there's insulin. I've got to release it.
Oh
So
my goodness.
I went back to Wake Forest. I was there for about a week inside the hospital. They try to tell me I was not eating right. Well, I showed them my tablet and I had my nutrition specialist there. And I'm like, I don't eat right. I meal prep,
Yeah.
Now I can understand when I was 260 pounds.
Yeah.
That you would say I'm diabetic, but I'm down to 175 and, I'm running 7 to 10 miles a day. There ain't no way.
Yeah.
There is a way. And so I reached out and, explained to this lady again what the situation was and what they said. And she said, okay. She goes, I'll say this one more time. Don't trust your doctors. Get away from them. You need to go see a specialist. Tell your doctor you want a second opinion. Got another doctor involved. That doctor was like, I don't know what they're doing, but I don't even want to treat you because I can't figure this out. I had my whole office looking for, 3 days on your case log from when you did a case study in Wake Forest, and I can't figure it out either. And then I said, have you ever heard of what's called a 0.5%? He goes, I have. I said, what if I'm that 0.5%? He goes, well, how do you know? And I said, well, do you run OCRs? He goes, yeah. He goes, I love Spartan. I said, I'm in a group from Spartan 4.0, and this lady reached out to me, and because I'm asking everyone for help, and she said I may be a 0.5%. He looked at me. He said, she may have just saved your life.
Wow.
Again, OCR, even back in 2015, from reaching out on a simple post, astonished me. So now, because of my diabetes and the new technologies, listen, the technology from 5 years ago when you're diabetic to the technology now, it's crazy. If my alarms go off, it'll tell me I'm dropping or I'm raising above or below what I set my levels at, which are amazing. You didn't have that 5 years ago. So
No.
my doctor now, she owns a CrossFit gym. She competes in CrossFit, and she allows me to research through different doctors, relay messages back to her so she can do case studies on the messages to actually stop classifying people as just diabetics.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing.
And that's all because of a post that I put on asking for help. But you're 100% accurate. People need to realize that these groups are more powerful than what they realize. I know Joey and Zach very, very well, and Erica, where we know how powerful the websites can be, the groups can be, the group chats and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Because we firsthand got ourselves out of that mud and used each other to clean ourselves off daily.
Yes.
And I use the phrase, not every day is pissing rainbows and farting glitter. Because not everyone's going to have that solid day.
No.
OCR, taking it back to where it first came from, going out there with the team, going out there with friends, going out there with family members. I've got family members all across the U.S., but I have family in North Carolina and family in Georgia. And I know I can make a call to one of the two, Georgia or North Carolina, and my chosen family through OCR would be there faster than anybody else in my family.
Totally agree with you on that one.
I'm not trying to say anything negative about my personal life or my personal family, but I know
that the chosen are going to be there no matter what. Oh, my internet's getting worse and worse. No, I'm totally with you on that one. I know without a shadow of a doubt, my chosen family, one phone call is all it would take. One simple message and my phone would be ringing. And, it's because of OCR. And it is getting back to where OCR started, getting off the couch, getting your friends and your family and bonding with people again. Because I think people have forgotten how to interact with each other face to face. And in the Spartan groups, so not just the Spartan groups, but all the other, OCR groups that you have, I see a lot of people get kind of snarky and, dare I say, elitist about things. And for me, I sit back and think, wow, have we gone that far that we've forgotten where we came from?
So it goes in cycles like everything else.
Yeah.
You'll get new people to OCR. You'll get like, for example, I was talking with another director the other day, and he was talking to me about why I build my walls the way I do. So the wall discussion came up, and I'm like, well, because you got to have a solid foundation. I use pressure treated wood, and I do 2 cross braces inside a 4x8, and I do side cross braces as well. He goes, well, that's just overkill. That weighs so much. And I'm like, okay, well, think about it this way. Somebody new comes to OCR, and they're 275 pounds, 280 pounds. They hit a 4-foot wall and they break it because you decided not to use those extra pillars. You decided not to use those extra braces in the inside. I said, just like me and many other people that are struggling with PTSD, depression, bipolar, alcoholism, drug addiction, or even, with limited abilities because you're missing a leg, you broke your back, you're blind. I said, you need a foundation.
Yes.
My chosen OCR family, you don't see it, but they're in me. They're always around me, and they're always on my phone. They're always on my Facebook. I said, it's our foundation. I said, so you get that new person, and this is what's amazing about this. It goes in cycles. we get a bunch of new people into our groups. We
Yes.
want them there.
Yes.
Their egos are so big they don't fit through a door. I know. I've seen it from the outside trying to get through the door.
Yeah.
And they haven't experienced yet because they haven't gone to the bottom.
So true.
And until you get to that bottom, and you have to reach your hand up and you have to say, I don't think I can get up that 12-foot wall. That's a 16-foot slip wall with a 20% incline. I'm not going up that. You know,
Oh yeah.
do that. You know, you don't get that opportunity to help them because you don't want to discourage them by saying, man, your ego's so big, I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
That's so true. Yeah. Yeah. I like how you related that to like the obstacles and stuff because
It is.
it's so true. The slip walls I struggle with, but the bane of my existence is still the inverted wall. And I hate
I've
that
got
thing.
one in my yard.
I hate that thing so much. I struggle with it so much. And I tell myself every race, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to do it on my own. And one day I will. But, that's why, I run with a team. I have friends that straight up help me get over that wall. And, it's a struggle. I'm on the struggle bus hard, but I know that doesn't matter how bad I'm struggling. I got people right behind me that are lifting me up emotionally and physically to help me get over that wall. And like it's the foundation. You have to have that foundation before you can climb back up. Like you have to have that.
I did a build in, I want to say it was Illinois for Spartan. And I was there all week. Obviously, they were paying me to be there.
Yeah.
And we got the course done 3 days early. Unheard of.
Wow.
We had a bunch of other people. Now, listen, just because you think you can work a screwdriver and a drill, don't mean you can put a 4x8 piece of plywood on. I'm not going to go there, but director issues. So but we finished this course 3 days early. And I was like, well, I'm just going to keep running the course over and over and over again. So I get going and I go to my dreaded Z wall. The Z walls were always my dread. So simple to do, but without the right foot first, you're going backwards.
Yeah.
So I decided that I was going to build obstacles in my yard. So when I got home from that race, I decided to build obstacles. The most amazing thing in the world. I've moved since then. I left all that at the old house when they purchased it, but now I have the Olympus, I have the monkey bars, I have the rings, I have the rope climb, I have the 8-foot box jump. I went ahead and I did the Z walls, even though I know how I mastered it. I got the 4-foot wall, the 6-foot wall. I do have the incline wall and the decline wall and the slip wall. But the obstacle that I have in my yard that I just hate the absolute most, spear throw.
Oh,
I hate that thing. Whoever invented that, and I know who it was, I still want to slap you.
I still haven't gotten that one either. I try every time and I've had people look at me funny. They're like, well, you do it so weird. I'm like, I'm freaking left-handed, man. Like, I don't know. I just, that movement, I don't know. I don't get it. Either that or I step on the cord. Yeah. I'm like, come on, just give me one time.
So one of my builders, his name is Travis. I don't even like him over at my house, but he comes to the house. We play on the obstacles. We have fun. And I will throw 9 for 10. But when I get to a course,
not happening.
Nothing. My buddy Travis will sit there and go 20 for 20 on the spear throw.
Oh.
He gets to a course, or he tries it at his house, he can't hit it for nothing. But when he's here,
He can't.
when he's here, he'll go 20 for 20.
Oh my gosh.
We built him one for his house, and he just can't do it. Same length,
Wow.
same distance, 22 feet.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I'm this whole OCR, the whole aspect of doing OCR Overload, and meeting the people from Trinity Fitness, meeting Dan from Hildebert, it is so amazing, the support. Getting the phone call about the radios.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Why? Well, because as long as our races don't overlap, you can use ours. You won't hear me argue.
Right.
That just means I'm going to add another rig for the kids. That's what that means.
That's awesome. When I was in Canada at the Kimberley race, they had their kids course had an actual like rig.
Yeah.
And my friend and I were like, well, what the heck? Why don't we I don't understand. Like, we don't have that. We should. And that was awesome to see that the kids had their own rig that was built
Yep.
for them. So to hear that you're doing that is absolutely incredible.
I've always had a heart for kids because I'm a 42-year-old kid. You can ask anybody on my team. If, when I'm out on course, I'm a safety nut. It's what are we doing? How are we doing it? Who do we have? Where's the sport coming from? If this fails, what are we doing with this? And it's like, if you know Zach, it's like Zach's brain's inside of mine, and we're both talking at the same time to each other. And then you got Joey and you got Erica, like, Aaron, grab her. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're already there. Okay, not a problem. I'm like, okay. So I'm a kid. I really am a kid when I'm out on course. Everyone that's been out with the course with me will tell you, Aaron's goofy. Aaron's the guy that will do backflips off a 10-foot wall.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
And then I'll say, don't try this at home.
That's a good PSA to have.
Yes, I'm a director's nightmare, I promise, especially when I'm on their course.
Oh my goodness. So, I gotta wrap this up or Don might hurt me. So your race is going to be February 6th and July 11th, correct?
Yes, and then we're going to try. All three of us, we're still working together on this because it's still a new idea. We want to do what's called like a Super Bowl race, to where all three of us actually get together with all of our rigs, all of our obstacles.
That's awesome.
Yes. So I can pick a November date, but I do know that, obviously I do not want it to interfere with Swamp Battle and their nonprofit.
Yeah.
Because to me, I will switch my November date and I'll go to October to make sure that I don't interfere with their date. Because I'm going to be honest, I want to be there.
That's awesome.
I want to be there. I want to run it. I want more Heart Than Scars there because they are what we are. Yes. Trinity Fitness is exactly what we are, and it's just like, wow, that's so awesome. And then making sure with Dan and his race schedule, being on the beaches and things of that nature. I don't know if you've ever done a beach race.
No, but now that's a complete goal of mine to get over there to do a beach race. I'm like, what?
Yes.
What? That's so awesome.
It was amazing. So yeah, February, it's on runsignup.com.
Okay.
/OCR Overload. All the prices are there. You'll see that this is not about money. If it was, I'd be like others, and I'd be having an entry fee of $199. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But you'll see so the kids course I'll actually have the photos and videos of the rigs and actually kids on rigs to help with the advertising on that. The Elite will kick off at 7:15. The Elite ladies will kick off at 7:30. First wave will be 7:45, and I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, we will have More Heart Than Scars and Sober Spartans kicking off together. I would love for those two teams to get together, because I promise you, race director hats off, my kilt is on, and I'm going with them.
Yay!
Without
Awesome.
a doubt. And then after that, we're going to do waves. Our COVID is way down. Our governor, thankfully, any outside event on private property, you don't have to do 25 people per heat. You can run 50. The permits have already been pulled through the city of Waldo, which is nice. We have a guarantee that we can't be shut down.
That's awesome.
Which is completely awesome.
That is
another thing for our outside travelers, we have a hotel in front of the motocross facility. There's a hotel. They have a pool. We can get it muddy.
Yeah. That is fantastic.
Right?
I can't wait to see
Yes.
that. Well, thank you so much for being on. Really appreciate it. Enjoy talking to you. And we'll make sure to have all the links and the codes up so that people can find you and come race. And it's exciting to see what 2021 is going to shape up to be for the OCR world. And thank you for helping become a game changer for the OCR world, because it's something so desperately needed.
But we need to work together. Bottom
Yes.
line, we need to support. You're off. Where are you at? I don't see you.
I'm here. I should be here.
There you are.
Ish.
There you are. There you are.
There we go.
So, we need to work together because we offer so much.
Yes.
And we have so much to offer.
So true.
And if we work together, 2021, for everybody like me, everybody like Julie, everyone like Jason. Jason is a heck of an obstacle course builder. He works with Julie, obviously, and he does an amazing job. He brings so much to the table. Dan from Hillerville, amazing man. George works with him, and then the whole team from Swamp Battle. We have so much to offer and to continue to offer, and if we can do it here, other OCRs can do it where they're at.
Yeah. Yes. Totally agree with you on that one. I'm going in and out. I think before I lose my internet,
You are.
thank you so much for being on, and we look forward to talking to you again. Sorry.
Not a problem.
All right. Have a good night, Aaron. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the BeastNet podcast. If you haven't done it yet, find us on Facebook, like and share the podcast. Give us a review on iTunes or Spotify. All these things will help to expand the show in the future. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know what you think and what you'd like to hear.